Hello, Wait For It listeners. I hope you're enjoying the show. And I want to invite you to check out another OhitsBigRon studio show called Leaving the Theater. Leaving the Theater is a television and film review podcast that started with me reviewing movies as I walked out of the theater immediately after seeing them. It's now expanded to include me reviewing television and streaming titles on my couch as well. These are the freshest take on what we just watched, and it's a lot of fun. On each episode, I talk with my movie-loving friends or colleagues from other podcasts, and we rate whatever we watched from 1 to 5 stars. If you're an overthinker like me, you'll enjoy agreeing and disagreeing with my analysis. Again, that's Leaving the Theater, available everywhere you listen to podcasts. Wait For It is a show about the way we feel about our bodies. Consequently, each episode may include references to gaining and losing weight, eating disorders, weight loss surgery, and weight stigma. If these topics are triggering to you, please take care while listening. We have links to support resources for anyone who may need them in our show notes. Wait for it. Hello, and welcome back to the show. First of all, thanks to everyone who joined us on Patreon. That has been a huge help and has given us quite a bit of insight into our capacity for production. We didn't reach our patron goal. We have a lot of new patrons and a lot of listener support, but we're still far from where we need to be to continue production as it's been in seasons past. So this season is going to be different from the others. In terms of content, it'll be the same show, but there won't be a new episode every week. The release cadence is going to be sporadic. In the mini episodes, you heard me talk about dropping full episodes in January, and I mentioned specific dates, and then we missed every deadline. Life is hard right now, and we simply don't have the capacity or the resources to stick to a schedule. Not if we want to make the show you're used to hearing. I am an independent creator. I don't get paid to make Wait For It. However, it's been my joy to continue making this show. I love when an episode clicks together and Sarah and John and I all lend our efforts and publish something we're proud of. I love it even more when those episodes resonate with you. So I ask for your patience and understanding now. We're still making the show, but if you don't hear new episodes regularly, please know we're hard at work and we're doing our best. With all that being said, settle in for the season 3 premiere. I'm Ronald Young Jr., and this is Wait For It. Waiting. Wait for it. Wait for it. The wait. My cousin and I haven't spoken for years. We don't have a relationship. He's the son of my father's sister, my auntie. As a child, I saw him a few times when our parents visited each other, but we've never lived close. He's at least 8 hours away in South Carolina. So as we grew up, he kind of just became someone that I heard about, but never actually spoke to. As an adult, I began to realize all the decisions my father made that made me who I am today. One of those decisions was when he chose to leave South Carolina and eventually join the military, which effectively meant he never went back. This put permanent physical distance between my mother, sister, and I, and all of my family in South Carolina. They're still family, but we're not close. I saw my cousin for the first time in over 20 years last summer at his father's funeral. We dapped up briefly and I offered my condolences for his loss. No long conversations, nothing that would indicate that it's time for us to catch up. So it was surprising when recently, on 2 different occasions, he showed up in the comments of my Facebook posts.
No justice! No peace! There is unease and anger in Minneapolis this morning after an ICE agent shot and killed a woman. And we have to give you...
The first time he showed up was after the murder of Renee Good at the hands of ICE. I posted the following status. If ICE or the government ever kills me, y'all better riot. Among a bunch of supportive comments from friends, including things like,
dude, obviously.
You already know.
You know I fucking would, man.
My cousin posted,
stay out the way, cuz you'll live longer.
This response puzzled me because it demonstrated a complete lack of understanding of the point of the status. It seemed strange to me that he had an opinion on this at all. I responded, that's bad advice for anyone trying to make a difference. I'm not looking to die anytime soon, but I also hope that if and when the time comes, I have the courage to stand up for what's right. Maybe my cousin's original response was concern for my safety? We're not close, but we're still family. Another cousin of mine responded to him as well, and she said,
sometimes you can't. Might have to take a stand.
This was a great response, and she was saying how I felt, that it's time to push back against oppression. My cousin responded,
right, cuz, might.
Again, weird response, because it doesn't really define a position, and it doesn't tell me why he has an opinion on any of this. It also doesn't explain why this was the post of mine that he decided to interact with. Out of everything I've said on Facebook, political or non-political, this felt like a strange place to start with the responses. I chalked it up as strange and left it alone. Then, ICE
What the fuck did you just do?
Shot someone else. Alex Preddy.
Yes, Liz, somebody call the ambulance. Somebody call the ambulance. Somebody needs to call the ambulance. Somebody call 911.
I watched the video and I was disgusted. I felt helpless. I posted another status on Facebook, this time aimed at the church and their inaction. How many more people does ICE get to kill before the church officially joins the fight? Or can y'all admit that y'all were never called to ministry? You just wanted to preach? I've been fed up with the organized religion response to this since Trump's first term, especially my own church and organization. This was something I've said before, and honestly, pretty regularly, especially on Facebook where a lot of the church folks I know are. A number of friends replied to my post with supportive and engaging comments. And then my cousin replied,
it's not their fight, cuz. The battle belongs to God.
Another head scratcher. I'm not sure what idea he's attempting to convey here, that religious folks shouldn't fight because God will do the fighting. What if God requires them to fight? Come on, bro, you sound ridiculous. I was less polite in my response this time as I conveyed those exact thoughts to him. How many times in the Bible has God charged his people with standing up for what's right? This situation is no different.
It's simple. They're here illegally. They're wrong. You know this.
I finally had it with him. This made me aim lower than I usually do in these types of discussions. Man, I always knew you were a bit of a dummy. I cannot believe we're related. You need to either repent or go back to high school. I don't know which one, maybe both. But the fact that you keep showing up on my posts with your nonsense as if your opinion bears any weight is surprising at best and embarrassing for you at worst. What a flat out stupid opinion. What an idiot. What a loser. Kick rocks. At this point, his response and our continued back and forth doesn't really matter. I certainly didn't have the last word, and it ended with me blocking him. A lot of threats were made and things were said that you can't take back. I am angry. Very angry. Angrier than I've been in a long time. Which is why I'm on the treadmill. I'm not here to lose weight or to move for my mental health. I'm here because I want to beat the shit out of my cousin. I haven't been in a physical fight in a long time. I used to fight a lot. I was good for at least one every year until I was around 23. My last fight was when I was 28. I was working at Sports Authority and a coworker slapped me on the back a little too hard as a joke. It was broken up quickly. I knew I was too old to be getting into fistfights. I should be using my words. Most of us can agree that getting physical is something that intelligent people don't do. But something is different now, and it didn't happen overnight. For years, we've watched videos of black folks being assaulted and killed by the police. As a black man, I have long lived with the threat of institutional violence coming for me, triggered by a simple interaction with the police gone bad. But watching multiple videos of federal officers pushing, punching, kicking, pistol whipping, and shooting unarmed civilians in the streets makes me think that institutional violence is coming for me sooner than I think. I don't want to be out of breath. I don't want my muscles to fail me. I don't want to be caught slipping. I want to be ready. My mind is ready. My words are ready. But when the fists fly, my body isn't ready yet. And it troubles me because unlike the fight with my cousin, which will honestly likely never happen, the fight with the government, with ICE, is an impending physical fight. It's hard to make this show and talk about bodies when it seems like the stakes are much higher than they've ever been. I'm not just talking about the shape of my body, I mean the alive state of my body. The stakes of my body remaining alive are higher than they've ever been. While I'm being constantly assailed by GLP-1 commercials, I'm also wondering, am I going to have to lay it on the line versus ICE today? I'm concerned that I'm too fat to be useful physically. I've seen the ICE agents, and while they're not in perfect shape, there are more of them, and they are willing to fight dirty. What does that mean for me, a fat man? What do I have to become in order to be ready for a confrontation with anyone who would harm my community? Sometimes I think about feeling embarrassed. I spend a lot of time pulling my pants up because they never fit quite right. I spend a lot of time pulling my shirt down to cover my belly. What happens if I'm in a fight? What if my shirt rips? What if my pants fall down? What if I'm too exposed? A fat guy, now a viral video, mocked and teased all across the internet, thinking that he could be a hero, but is now instead the punchline to a sick, authoritative joke. It's as if our bodies aren't built to fight, but rather to be controlled by the sick, oppressive regimes that seek power by any means necessary. You're wondering why there have been no new episodes of Wait For It. There are so many reasons. Reasons I've said publicly that are real and pertinent. But here's one I haven't said often or publicly. Every time I start creating an episode, something unprecedented happens. And immediately everything I'm talking about here feels trite. My navigation of the world in a plus-sized body feels like the least important subject. Unless I think about the ways in which my body and my anger could and should be working together. Because I'm angry, and I'm out of words. I'm angry at the United States. I'm angry at Donald Trump, Stephen Miller, and Kristi Noem. I'm angry at Hakeem Jeffries, Cory Booker, and Chuck Schumer. I'm angry at Joe Rogan. I'm angry at organized religion as a whole for doing nothing. I'm angry that I could still be thinking about the aesthetics of my body when my life is on the line. I'm angry at myself for not being further along in my career, for committing to too many things and not finishing enough of them, for finding enough success to book more unpaid work, but not enough success to stop worrying about rent. I'm angry because I feel like I'm running out of time. I'm angry at my idiot cousin. I'm angry at ice. My mind is ready, but my body isn't. So here I am on the treadmill. Special thanks to Jessica Taylor Dickin, Joseph Zeranski, Michael Jefferson, Nichole Hill, and Marilyn Denise Young for their excellent voice acting. Wait For It is a production of OhitsBigRon Studios and is a proud recipient of the 2024 IMI Award from the Independent Media Initiative, an organization committed to the recognition and empowerment of independent media creators. Learn more about their mission at theimi.co. This episode was produced and written by me, Ronald Young Jr. Our story editor is Sarah Deely, with sound design and mixing from the Reverend John Delore of Starlight Diner. Show art by Heather Wilder. Episode art by Andy J. Pizza. Theme music from Jey Red, with additional music from Mass Potential, The Artist DT, and the mysterious Breakmaster Cylinder. You can follow me on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and Letterboxd at OhitsBigRon. That's at OhitsBigRon. You can find out more about this show and other OhitsBigRon Studio shows by following us on Instagram at OhitsBigRon Studios. If you have a story about weight that you'd like to share with us, shoot us an email at weight@OhitsBigRon.com. That's WEIGHT at OhitsBigRon.com. And finally, if you want to help the show continue to exist and help with the production of other OhitsBigRon Studios projects, join us on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/OhitsBigRon or check out the link in our show notes. Wait For It will be back soon. Thanks for listening. Wait for it.
Radiotopia.